In this video, you'll learn how to add energy to your bass lines.
By resting.
Like this.
Welcome to the Hack Music Theory Show, where you are empowered with notation-free theory for making great music.
And if you're new to our channel, just a heads up, the hacks you're about to witness are at an intermediate level. So if you need help with the basics, no problem, we got you covered. Just read our free book, 12 Music Theory Hacks, Learn Scales and Chords, which you can download at revolutionharmony.com. Alright, so what you see on the screen right now is the bass line from the bridge of our upcoming single, Down with the Drama, which, by the way, we'll be revealing right here on YouTube on July 30th, so stay tuned. Alright, so we're in the key of F sharp minor, and these dark notes at the bottom here are the root notes of the chords in our progression, and they're all muted, they're not part of the bass line, they're just there for reference.
Also, if you missed any videos on the other sections of this song, then check out the playlist in the description below. Alright, let's jump in.
But fast.
Hack 1. Resting for energy. Counterintuitively, adding lots of well-placed rests to your bass line actually adds energy to it. And there's two ways you can do this to pump up your low end. Firstly, adding a rest before a note that's on the beat gives that note extra punch. And secondly, adding a rest before a note that's off the beat gives that note extra groove. And yes, this bass hack works in all situations, but it's even more effective when the chords above are smoothly connected.
Which is known as legato.
As that contrast provides space for your pumping bass line to do its thing.
Alright, so let's have a look at some examples of those two types of rests. So you can see that the first note of our bass line has actually been shortened to create a rest on beat 2, which adds extra groove to the note that comes in on beat 2 and. We've then used the same type of rest on beat 4, which also adds extra groove to the note that comes in on beat 4 and. But then in our second bar, we totally change things up by using the other type of rest on beat 3, which then gives the note on beat 4 an extra punch. And that's immediately followed by the other type of rest again at the beginning of our third bar, which brings back the extra groove on beat 1 and. Have a listen. By the way, quick question for you. Do you struggle to finish your music?
If you answered yes, then why not take our cutting-edge online apprenticeship course, where you'll learn how to make new sections for existing sections, how to transition between sections in different keys, and most importantly, how to complete your songs.
If that sounds useful to you, then head on over to revolutionharmony.com.
Hack 2. Phat flat 5. If you're already using the funky trio of notes in your bass line, as we are in the first 3 beats, then you can kick things up to a whole new level by borrowing the flat 5 from the blues scale.
And by the way, if you don't know about the funky trio of notes or the blues scale, you can learn about all that and a bunch more in our songwriting and producing PDF.
So, using the flat 5 creates a delightfully dirty dissonance, which ramps up the fatness of your bass line big time. You can find the flat 5 by moving one semitone down from the 5 in your key. For example, in our key of F sharp minor, the 5 is C sharp, so the flat 5 is C natural. Beware though, this note is non-diatonic.
AKA not in the key.
So it's gonna clash with your chords above, and that's why the flat 5 usually works best as a quick note.
Yeah, exactly. And you can see we have 2 flat 5s in our bass line. We've got a C up here and a C down there, and both of them are 16th notes. What's even more interesting though is that while our first C is played over the root chord, F sharp minor, our second C is played over the E chord, which means that that second C is actually perceived as a flat 6, not a flat 5. And the context of this E chord makes the C sound a little less dissonant than it did over the F sharp minor chord, and that's a powerful hack in itself. So use the fat flat 5 of your key's root chord for maximum dirty dissonance, and try it over another chord in your key for a slightly diluted dissonance, like we did over the E here, which is our flat 7 chord. And just before the final playthrough, if you want a more in-depth lesson on writing bass lines, we suggest our video, 8 Hacks for Better Bass Lines.
So keep on watching, because that's going to pop up on your screen right after the playthrough. And if you like our hacks, then please subscribe and hit the bell to get notifications. Also, we love hearing from you, so come say hello in the comments below.
Thanks for joining the Hack Music Theory Revolution. We'll see you next week.